It's time for Lunch Football Talk.
Trouble, gets away. Mahomes racing with the bad ankle and all. Inside the
right
20.
now carrying his little briefcase with his little
out in the streets.
Yep, with his little briefcase and his cut off hoodie. His hoodie was cut off sleeves. The poor little sleeves are lost in the cutter. Go home, like a little puppy. And that's how Bill Belichick's career is.
Parsons on the move, and Micah Parsons is in.
He's that fool.
Hey, tell me you didn't grow up in the projects without telling me.
I grew up hood adjacent, dog.
Hutchinson has it, and he's to the 20-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson with a takeaway.
I hope it fucks your life up. I hope you fail. I hope you fall flat on your face. I'm like, these are my friends. This is us.
Ball comes out of his hand toward the end zone.
I personally cannot twerk. I used to be able to twerk until I took a twerking injury. Tried to do the whole wall twerk upside down. Took an injury. I've never twerked the same again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, Champagne Poppy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Got my other earbud in. Maybe I can hear you a little bit better.
You hear me? Hear me now?
Hello. Say something else. Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing? It's been a hell of a couple weeks, hasn't it?
Like, yeah,
The football world.
why can't I hear you very good? I don't like it. I had to turn the sorry no for this. Come buzzing ass up.
Well, let's fix it up. Make me look pretty. Make me sound sexy, Big Daddy. I don't know why I said that.
It sounds loud in our ears. You're not actually. You know what I mean? It makes
Like, yeah, just make me sound. Yeah. I don't care how expensive it is. Just make me sound sexy, Daddy.
You know, Mr. Explosive Stat Man?
What? You make me. Hold on, let me turn down all my other sounds I have. There's no music playing. Thank God, I got smarter than that.
All right. Let's get to it, boys. It's time for a show. I wanted to make us sound excited, but the truth is we don't even have our engineer in here. The studio is getting moved. Things are getting moved. We're moving. Everything's moving around. And so we're just glad that we have a robust version of the studio set up to bring you guys a good show and get it going. So just hizzle, nizzle. Woo! But before we can talk Super Bowl, this podcast, of course, we lost the podcast. Before we can talk Super Bowl, I got a couple of subjects that we can get into for sure. Brought them to the table. I brought a couple of subjects to the table. So,
what'd you bring?
Yeah,
What'd you bring? What'd you bring?
I don't know. I didn't bring Podcast P. I lost him. Not about him. No, I brought a couple of subjects. So first, I want to talk about Pro Bowl snubs.
Oh, there we go.
What's up, dude?
What's going on? Internet's being stupid.
Yeah, I think everything's being stupid. It doesn't even show you in the room, but I can hear you. That's not right.
Wow.
All right, so let's do this, brother. Got a couple of subjects for you. First off, I've got Pro Bowl snubs. Pro Bowl snubs. Okay? What about this, guys? One of the Super Bowl quarterbacks is not in the Pro Bowl. I'm not even sure if Jalen got selected to the Pro Bowl, but I know for a fucking fact that Patrick did. Now, I do think that the AFC is quarterback heavy. You know, for when you talk about elite quarterbacks, I think the AFC is definitely teetering on heavier. In the NFC, it's been that way for a few years now, for sure.
At least 4. Pretty much since the 2020 draft.
Absolutely.
Which Hurts was actually a part of. He was that late, like second round pick, right?
Yeah, I want to say so.
Yeah, he was like in the second round, and Now look at him. He should have won the first round. Low key, looking on that hindsight,
right? I agree. I mean, honestly, I like Hurts. I like Patrick, but I just think that if you could think of a lot of. I'm sure there's every fan out there's got a Pro Bowl snub they probably want to throw out, right? Like I would literally I could name 3 or 4 Cardinals. And if you're not in the Pro Bowl, it's still not cool, man. Not cool. You know what I mean? So it's just that simple. Like I could say if James Conner doesn't make a Pro Bowl this year after the way he ran all over everybody, barring a couple other good running back years, he would be a highlight running back this year, right? I could talk snub on snub on snub, but my snub of the year for the Super Bowl or for the Pro Bowl is absolutely one Patrick Mahomes II. I just don't understand how you have one of the most elite guys, not at least in the Pro Bowl. Look, I get it. He didn't have MVP numbers. He wasn't really an MVP this year, but neither was the MVP this year. I'm going to get to that shit in a minute.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait, time out.
Just don't try me. Just don't try me, bitch. We ain't ready to go to the Super Bowl. Bro. Hold on.
I was down talking about the Super Bowl. Why are you mad about the Pro Bowl winner? Is it just because it's who it is?
MVPs. I'm mad about him. No, I'm gonna get to it. Let me get through my Pro Bowl snub.
Okay, all right. Rein in all that bent up frustration until we get to there.
AFC depth chart.
My clients is an Eagles fan, and he did me to sing Eagles flat.
And then Jackson opted out, right?
Pro Bowl?
Yeah, he didn't go.
But he was
selected.
Yeah, selection still.
Who took his place?
I don't know, but it wasn't Patrick Mahomes.
It might have been CJ Stroud.
I mean, he wasn't even an alternate, guys. Like it's like the snub.
CJ Stroud there?
I don't know. I can't make it on your phone.
It's probably the fact that they already knew he was going to be in the Super Bowl, so then why even nominate him?
Not into the Pro Bowl until you move it back after the Super Bowl. It just doesn't do anything for me in the middle of the bowl. Honestly, you'd be better off to not take 2 weeks off, play the Super Bowl a week later, and then do the Pro Bowl the week you do the Super Bowl. Honestly, take the bye week out of it. I think we should take the bye week out of the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Yes.
Take the bye week out?
I would like that, but they're going to complain because you're going to need time. It's not just for the teams; it's also for the NFL in general to gather up everybody to get there. Because there's a lot more than just the 2 teams that have to get to wherever the Super Bowl is, so it becomes a logistical problem.
You need to take the best guys from each side.
Yep. All right. It's about projection. So yeah. When I project anger towards the snubbing of Patrick Mahomes in the Pro Bowl, I think it's valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll give you that.
He should be in the Pro Bowl. It's just really hard to have a 2-time Super Bowl champion who actually took his team
3 times. 3 times. 3 times.
Back. I mean, I'm sorry. It's hard to see.
Yeah, but the Pro Bowl's that year.
Okay.
Hear me out, though. It's hard for the back-to-back. Shut up. This is not a win-win. So hear me out, guys. Hear me out on this. So you have the 2-time Super Bowl champion quarterback who locked down the number 1 seed like 2 weeks early, 2 or 3 weeks early, and you're telling me he's not a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback? Are you high?
Yeah.
And not the kind of high we're on, but on like hard drug side. Like you got problems.
Oh yeah, no. I do not. We listen, we don't judge.
Oh,
that's my answer.
I guess we judge.
3 quarterbacks had better stats than Mahomes.
If there was somebody that should be out there judging, I'm that guy. Okay, let's point that out. No,
That's better than Mahomes.
3 quarterbacks had stats better than Mahomes. Okay, you know what? Honestly,
Burrow, Allen, and Jackson all had better stats.
You're not wrong.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you really, I mean, honestly, I hate that he's right, but he's not wrong. There were, now that he mentions it, like Burrow, Jackson,
I think
Allen.
Allen and Jackson were honestly butthurt. That's why they didn't I think Allen still went, maybe, but Jackson completely opted out. He was butthurt.
Listen, it's hard to take L's when the L's are your life and your future depends on it on top of everything else that's involved in the game.
Come on, man, just show up to Cancun.
It's not even in Cancun. It should be.
It's in Orlando, bro. It's in Orlando.
Not always. Not always.
This year it is.
President would blow his toupee
It's
off.
been there for a minute, huh?
Listen, if you move the Pro Bowl to Cancun, the president would blow his toupee off his top and go to Mexico.
You want to buy it. Make it a 50-second state.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
At least you said 50 seconds showed respect to Puerto Rico. I actually love you.
Puerto Rico is a state, bro.
I mean, don't say that to some Puerto Ricans, though. I mean, honestly, then I'm going to beat you up. All right, so let's do this. Guys, my second subject, as I'm trying to kind of move a little quick through here, but it's because my second subject is a little bit longer, and then obviously we still have to go through the Super Bowl real quick. Obviously, our Super Bowl shows tend to be a little shorter because there isn't just as much. There's one game. Literally one game.
And the halftime show.
Right. So for the NFL honors, I think Lamar Jackson got snubbed. I also could argue that it's possible that Saquon Barkley got snubbed. And honestly, my other thing is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is literally the pity fuck version of an MVP. He's literally a pity fuck version of an MVP. I heard so many people today say that people voted for him because he had a great year, but disregarding that he was second team All-Pro, not first team All-Pro. And they literally threw out Lamar Jackson's numbers because Lamar was the MVP last year. His numbers were better than last year, right? So I feel like, how do you have Lamar as the first team All-Pro quarterback? He has no offensive accolades or awards. He's the first team All-Pro quarterback with no offensive accolades, right? Put up the most yards, this, that, and the other. And somebody he had 100 other downs, extra downs. Well, when you're creating more first downs and you're converting more third downs, you're going to have more downs. You can't penalize a guy because he had more chances because he created more chances. That should be pissing me off.
Like, you play the devil's advocate.
484 attempts. They got 484 attempts. Okay. So you're telling me the other guy couldn't complete or couldn't convert more third downs and couldn't get more first downs because he had less plays in the same amount of minutes. Because guess what? They all play the same amount of minutes unless you miss time. Mm-hmm. That's just the end of it. So I do think that Lamar got snubbed, but I also think that Saquon got snubbed. Because you gave a pity fuck MVP to a guy who's a second team All-Pro quarterback. So you give a pity fuck MVP out. When you don't give Lamar Jackson Offensive Player of the Year, because now you owe that to Saquon because he had 2,000 fucking yards. And by the way, Saquon, listen, when you have this tight of a race between two quarterbacks and Saquon did what he did, I know that the MVP is mostly a quarterback award, but if there was ever a year that a guy put up a performance, numbers, stats, highlights that was so elite that he should have been the MVP as well, a possible MVP. I'm just saying that Saquon, you could argue that Saquon got snubbed. He had a 2,000-yard year, dude.
Saquon, Madden 26 cover athlete.
20 touchdowns, right? 20 touchdowns.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, that was word.
Don't say that, Don't say that stat, man. Put Mahomes on the cover.
Have you learned nothing? But yeah, the NFL honors kind of ticked me off a little bit, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to say shout out to Jaden Daniels, our MVP, Rookie of the Year. I'm not MVP, Rookie of the Year. I will tell you guys that I'm a little sad. Sam Darnold finished 6th in the MVP voting. That's one of the 5 finalists.
His coach got Coach of the Year?
Of the 5 finalists. I don't even agree with that one, actually. I think Dan Quinn should have got Coach of the Year. He did that with a rookie, dude. I'm sorry. Honestly, I think Dan Quinn should have got Rookie of the Year in Washington. Or Coach of the Year, sorry. Dan Quinn should have got Coach of the Year. It was, what's his name got Coach of the Year?
The only reason that they gave, what's the name, Coach of the Year, the Vikings Coach of the Year, is because they took a so-called washed-up quarterback and turned him into a gunslinging machine until the end.
He played for the Jets.
He was a first pick overall. Washed up my ass. He's young still. He's a first pick overall. He's due at least $150 million.
I said quote unquote.
Quote unquote my ass.
Quote unquote. But where did he come from? How many teams has he been on since? How many teams has he been on since he's been drafted? Every year he's been on a different fucking team.
I'm hurt.
Past 2 years he wasn't even a starter.
I'm hurt and angry.
He was.
You were a sympathizer there, Trey, for the beginning of the year. How are you going to say that coach did not help that man get that good?
Because he's the
Bring him in and show him some love. Build him back up. That's something very important to do. You got to build people up, my guy.
But Sam Darnold also has like 4 or 5 years in the league now, and he has experience on his belt, right? And he was a former first pick overall. You copulate that with the fact
So was
that
Mark Sanchez.
you copulate that with the fact that Dan Quinn did it with the rookie and went further with a rookie.
Mark Sanchez also played for the Jets. Again, the Jets are washed, man. Nobody's going to.
He was still a first-round draft pick. You can't keep throwing there a first-round draft pick. That at half the time, that doesn't matter. If the team doesn't take care of them, the team doesn't take care of them. It doesn't matter if they're a first-round draft pick.
I'm going to say what
They're going to be destroyed and injured.
hesitating to say.
What?
Jets are where players go to
You guys
die.
remember? You guys remember
the
Johnny
Jets and
Football?
Ball first.
Well, that too, but yeah, the Jets are where players go to die. I'm sorry, that's just the end of it for me. Hey, another question.
My guy.
I got another question before we get into our pre-Super Bowl talks and start looking at these teams. And we got to go to break before that. And Statman has a subject as well. So I just wanted to ask, the Jets move on from Aaron Rodgers, guys. It's a question that needs to be asked now.
Wait. The better way to ask this question: should Aaron Rodgers move on from the Jets?
Wow.
Right now, Aaron
Should
Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers move on?
with the NETS, nets. Sorry, couldn't resist. It was too easy. It was almost too easy. I don't know where Aaron Rodgers
to the
where someone wants to let him come, and here's why. I don't care how bad the Jets are, guys. Aaron Rodgers blew up that team this year. He blew up that locker room. He got the coach fired. He brought in a trash offensive coordinator like Nathaniel Hackett that helped get the coach fired. Aaron Rodgers is a cancer. I feel like he's no longer. Listen, Aaron Rodgers went down. I'm just going to say, listen, I don't like to get into the political side of things, but Aaron Rodgers went down the COVID dark, rabbit hole or whatever. And when he came out, that brother wasn't the same, dog. Like, that's some real shit. Some people that shit made people crazy. Like, honestly, people started saying that they were scared to get a vaccine that had an efficacy of 98%. I was like, bro, the last time you got like a polio vaccine that didn't have that high of an efficacy. Fuck out of here with that. It just shows, I'm just saying, like, people got crazy, bro, and Aaron Rodgers was one of those people, if you ask me. And I just feel bad.
Yeah, they let all the crazy people get in their heads.
I'm just going to say what it is. You can't tarnish your play, but you can tarnish how you lead. You can tarnish the end, and you can tarnish what you do after that. This has Brett Favre. Nobody gives a fuck ass that Brett Favre is a Hall of Famer. Nobody gives a fuck ass that Brett Favre won a Super Bowl, unless you're a Green Bay Packers fan, because nobody gives a fuck ass that steals from poor people, right? Seriously though. But anyway, like I said,
disenfranchise people.
Says just retire, go run for president or whatever the fuck you're gonna do.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not voting for you, but you can go do that. I'm not voting for. I can't vote for. Listen, I cannot vote for people who are climate deniers because the climate is real. The climate situation is real. And I can't vote for people who are like basically denying basic common sense. I just can't do that, dude. Like, people are literally throwing out basic common sense because it doesn't fit their agenda. You know what I mean? I can't do that, dude. So anyway, listen, you got me going down the rabbit hole, and I didn't even want to do that.
It wasn't me.
Don't change the music to that. If we're gonna do that,
now we're gonna go deeper down the rabbit hole.
For the young guy. What's the Statman topic of the day?
My topic? My topic is the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Why, for like the last few years, we've been getting the Super Bowl teams colors as the logo. That's so weird to me. For example, start back in Super Bowl 55, Bucks Chiefs. You got a gold bar that's the color of the Chiefs yellow, and then you got a pewter colored logo. You go to 56, you see a Rams yellow on the bottom of that logo. You see the Bengals orange on the top of that logo. It's not that it's on purpose, but it's very odd how it keeps happening.
No, completely on purpose. Absolutely.
Yeah. So go to 57. Let me just finish.
Was the logo released before this?
It is. It's released at the beginning of the year. We know what it looks like before. Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. That throws that out. I thought they were doing it because.
Yeah, no, because we knew that the 59 logo was at the beginning of the year, but 57, you had that Eagles green, the Arizona one, Eagles green and the red. in there.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So P, are you buying this conspiracy?
58. They say it's purple and red, which it is, but at the tip of the purple there is gold, Niner gold. Just the tip. But I just thought, purple.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Look, listen, this Super Bowl, look at the fucking logo. It's Kelly green and red.
He's saying that the NFL is magically
scripted.
Well, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Colors
I've heard that. That's one of the reasons why people are like, we're not going to watch the Super Bowl.
I don't believe it's like rigged, but I do think it's an odd conspiracy.
You're an idiot.
I just think it's an odd coincidence how this keeps happening.
It's going to be history and
I'm looking at the...
served with
so the Super Bowl is purple. You got red and gold in the top of it. That's a New Orleans theme, my guy. So
yeah, that does make more sense.
That is straight up New Orleans, bro. If you've ever been to New Orleans and been in the French Quarters, those colors are everywhere down there. That is total representation of New Orleans.
Some Kelly green, and then there's maybe a little bit of yellow off the Kelly green. Bro, there's a lot of red and green going on.
I think you're overthinking it. I think you're overthinking it, little buddy.
Look at that logo. You can't tell me there ain't green in that goddamn logo.
Hold on, hear me out. I get what you're saying, but what I'm also saying is that if you look at Mardi Gras and jazz colors, that's Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And Mardi Gras about to happen too,
right? Straight up Mardi Gras, bro. There's green, purple. There's
lime green, not Kelly green. You are
I have heard that conspiracy though, or a conspiracy of it being scripted, which is why the things are that colors.
That's mostly like yellow and shit, dude. Like, what's your justification?
It is coincidental.
I guess the Chiefs do have yellow, but no, yeah, this is really honestly. There's purple in there. There's some other.
This is straight up New Orleans, my baby.
No, but when everybody was talking about the logo conspiracy, the big two colors everybody was talking about was red and green. So Packers, Chiefs, Eagles, Chiefs.
Here's the truth. You're just like the COVID people and Aaron Rodgers.
I'm out.
Goddamn, bro.
Hard.
Oh, goddamn, bro.
To be a conspiracy because
look up last year's logo. Look up last year's logo. Try to argue me that.
Right. The new president's a conspiracy. The old one too. Fuck it. I'm going all in. I'm going all in with all you tinfoil.
World War III, bro. Get it right.
No, seriously. I get what you're saying. It's moderately suspicious.
Okay.
But did you ever think
I'm looking at last year's Super Bowl.
And I'm thinking
2024.
In Arizona, guys, it was like purple. It was like a bluish purple, and then the reddish from the rocks.
Oh, it was green and red. It was literally like Eagles green and Chiefs red.
But the canyon was freaking.
No, the canyon was red.
Yeah, like it is in real life.
Oh, but like look at the logo and tell me you can't see Chiefs.
I never seen the Grand Canyon. The whole motherfucker's red, bro.
Yes, I know it's red, but the logo is Chiefs and Eagles colors.
Oh, dude. I love a good conspiracy. I mean, because think about this, guys. If you go and you look at all the teams in the NFL, okay, first off, literally, a third of them have red in their logo somewhere, right?
Facts. So red and white.
Right? So red, white, and green. I think red, white, blue, and green. I don't think it's pretty common.
So explain me. Explain me the year in LA when they went yellow and fucking orange and got it right. With the Bengals and Rams. Tell me how the fuck they got that right.
Man,
yellow and orange. Super Bowl 56 was yellow and orange.
I need you to present this in like a PowerPoint for me.
Oh my!
So I can see the logo next to your claim, sir, because you're killing me.
Judge will show you on this.
Listen, I don't.
Super Bowl logo, bro. All right, so by your accounts, let's see who's going to be in the Super Bowl next year. So what you're telling me is Dallas is going to be in the Super Bowl next year is what you're telling me with this little thing you got there, right?
Like look in there.
That's set. Oh, that's got the Golden Gate Bridge. No wait, I take that back. That's the Brooklyn Bridge. So what you're telling me is New York is going to be in the Super Bowl next year. That's what you're saying.
You already got the logo
with these color scheme conspiracy bullshit. I'm looking at the design for Super Bowl 60. Like I don't know what cityscape is in the background, but there is a bridge and a large buildings. So I'm like, okay, so what you're telling me is somehow San Francisco is going to get a football team and they're going to play in LA. No,
I get it.
I'm just giving y'all shit. But I'm looking at this, like it makes no fucking sense, bro.
It's teal like I do, and not Kelly Green. That's the problem.
Not
Right
Kelly
there.
Wait. I got it. It's gonna be Detroit, and goddamn, there is no AFC team. There is no AFC team in the Northwest. Fuck.
You see where you were talking about purple. I actually never noticed that. I do see the
It's because the
purple
Red Rocks look purple, and that's why I'm like, guys, come on. The Ravens weren't in, but they were in the AFC Championship.
So really, we must go get.
I don't think they were.
Oh no, not that year. That was last year.
That was last year. All right, guys. So
We actually had Allen Mahomes that year.
listen, leave it to Statman to come in here with nothing. Like
Make it something, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you. That is journalism right there. You came here with
That is good.
not real football. You turned it into a fucking 10-minute argument that I'm saying is bullshit, and you're saying no, it's no way. Listen, hear me out. You have killed it. You've brought a great topic. It's not even football, and I'm literally trying to argue with you about this.
Okay, so you guys might be able to argue me on the Super Bowl logo thing, but until a guy has a good year after he gets on that Madden cover, I'm standing on that Madden
Bro,
curse.
what we need is
That thing has been confirmed. You can hang that one up.
Here you go, guys. Here we go.
10 toes down. It's been confirmed.
Logo. We need a Super Bowl logo. See, the thing is, the logos always represent where the city that it's played in, right? So where's next year's Super Bowl, guys?
I don't even know. I don't think they. No, they do.
And I'm going to throw out some colors that are going to be in that. Yeah. Look, you just got to go 2026 Super Bowl.
Why is that at the top?
Detroit.
I hope.
Oh, I do remember them saying something about
Santa Clara Stadium, Levi Stadium. So I guarantee you there's going to be.
Why is the logo blue?
Check this out, guys. I guarantee you there's going to be some gold, and it's in San Francisco. So it's going to be Golden Gate. There's going to be the Golden Gate Bridge.
Chargers Super Bowl confirmed in Hard-Ball Stadium.
Hear me out. There'll be gold. There'll be listen to me. There'll be gold. There'll probably be. You got to think the Golden Gate Bridge is connected by two sets of like red rock ends, right?
Bro.
So a little bit of red. Some gold. There'll be some blue for the ocean if they put that in.
I'm telling you right now.
Guy in there, right?
The L will be the Golden Gate Bridge.
I'm telling you
and
right
the
now.
X will be another landmark in Santa Clara or San Francisco. I've already seen it. They've already got it posted. You can go look at it. And in certain images, you do see the Golden Gate Bridge and another building, but I'm not sure what other building is.
The Jaguars fuck ass gonna have to make this Super Bowl to prove because then the C will be like sea green, like the Jaguars color or something. Like son of a bitch. He's gonna have something next year. Watch, we're gonna see this back. I feel like this is gonna keep rearing its head every year, and he's gonna try to really get us to put that tinfoil cap on. And hey, you know what? We just might. What we need to do right now, boys, we need to go to break.
If we survive the next year's Super Bowl, I will wear a tinfoil hat.
That's it. We need to go to break. When we get back from break, guys, that's what we're doing. We're breaking down each team and why each team can win and why each team can lose. So we lay down our picks for the game and we're out of here. Go break. We'll be back.
Me?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Bubba Sparks. If you didn't know prior to this moment, you better know for sure. Anytime I'm rolling through Colorado Springs, I'm checking out Wake and Bake America. How could you not be listening to Wake and Bake? Holding it down with Cammy, Renee, and Mr. Trey. All the way, twice on Sunday. Y'all probably ain't on Sunday, but it's all good. Y'all should be.
Don't copy me.
All right, it's time to have that talk. Yeah, I'm talking to you, homeowner. Don't you try to run away, townhome renter and apartment renter. Look, every time we move, they charge us a ridiculous amount of money. Every time you need something remodeled, those people charge you a ridiculous amount of money. So this time, when I moved, I got my whole deposit back. Now, I can't promise you the same results, but what I can tell you is I went through Quality Peak Customs. That's right. That's handyman and remodeling. And at Quality Peak Customs, they're going to take care of you the best they can to help you get the best job you can. So whether it's moving out, needing your apartment brushed up for the handover, your townhome, you want to rent that out, you need it fixed up for the big remodel, hey, that house, when's the last time you've done something? Well, when you do it, why don't you call Quality Peak Customs at 719-964-6871. That's 719-964-6871. You can also email Quality Peak Customs at qualitypeak.customs@gmail.com for your free quote today. You can check out Quality Peak Customs on Facebook as well. Let's go with Quality Peak Customs for your next move, your next remodel, or the next time you need a helping hand around your home.
Hey, yo. Booming systems across Colorado. Boom, boom, let me say, well. To hear the crowd go. Shake the room.
We like the cars that go.
that means I'm chilling.
Lazy.
Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a button.
I've been saying this for how long now?
Like I can't step outside naked.
We jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the
in.
riverbank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day with Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
Ah!
Look at you, girl.
Sexual tracking app on it, and it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the fort.
This is your station.
I like this right here.
The People's Station. Monuments. Falcon. And Colorado Springs.
Here comes the heat, y'all.
It's time for Blunt Football Talk.
Trouble gets away. Mahomes racing with the bad ankle and all.
See him right now carrying his little briefcase with his little
Out in the streets.
Yep, with his little briefcase and his cut off hoodie. His hoodie was cut off sleeves. The poor little sleeves are lost in the gutter. No home. A little puppy. And that's how Bill Belichick's career is.
Parsons on the move, and Micah Parsons is in.
He's that fool.
Hey, tell me you didn't grow up in the projects without telling me.
I grew up hood adjacent, dog.
Hutchinson has it, and he's to the 20-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson with a takeaway.
I hope it fucks your life up. I hope you fail. I hope you fall flat on your face. I'm like, these are my friends. This is us.
Ball comes out of his hand toward the end zone.
I personally cannot twerk. I used to be able to twerk until I took a twerking injury. Tried to do the whole wall twerk upside down. Took an injury. I've never twerked the same again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, Champagne Poppy.
Good evening, Moan in America, whatever your name is. I was the commercials was really quiet. It might be on me. It might be on me.
Yeah.
Just answer. I heard really quiet commercials and really loud people, and I was like, "That's not right." Again, we are in dry dock today, so videos being moved. And so is me in this whole situation in life and really move. I hate that. Anyway,
Yeah.
in the end, I don't like backing for me. I don't like backing for you. I don't like backing for him. I don't like backing for her. Backing. What's that? But I digress. Now the work has to be done. It is what it is. There's no God to it, as I say. How about you, man? How's your work been going?
I mean, hate my job.
My job was pretty typical. Just like every week, under investigation for being an asshole. That's the real life.
That's my job, is to be an asshole, but customers are a whole other story.
We're ever going to be under investigation for being an asshole. And the irony is, probably not even half the asshole I pretend to be. So, but on the flip side, act like an asshole. That way people don't even try you. They don't want to be your friend. They're just like, nope, that's an asshole. Not even going to bother him. That's how I roll, man. That's my defense mechanism. All right, so anyway, let's go. Buddy.
Okay.
It's time to do it, guys. It's time to get into it.
Doing it.
It's going to break it down. It's the final countdown. They're going to sue us if we say any more than that. Anyway, so it is the final it's the final show before the Super Bowl. Obviously, we'll have a Super Bowl reaction show next week. And then we're done for the season until the spring. It's going to be great. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure how we're going to roll with this. Are we going to come back and try to do other sports? Or should we just really stay in our lane? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But of course, football, summer football starts, spring football starts in March. Well, I guess we have to come back to that, don't we? Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think we came back halfway through the season last year after the draft. It was perfect timing, too, because that's when they had their super thingy. Whatever their super thingy is. I'll always forever love you, Las Vegas and Tampa Bay Vipers. I must digress. I haven't decided what team I'm going to pick. I got to really look into that. But let's do this, guys. No. Just stop it. We actually want to have a nice, clear backdrop because it's time to have a serious conversation about these teams, these foosball teams. Okay, boys? So I think it's only fair that we start with the challenger. So let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and let's talk about, offensively and defensively where they can win and lose this game. Anybody want to go first?
Offensively, where they can lose a game? Are you seriously offensively? You already know there is a Jalen Saquon.
Going for the. All right. So then let's do that. Let's go for the O. So, I agree. I think that honestly, the Philadelphia Eagles are built in a way that most standard teams would want to be built. A passer who can run, a running back who can dominate, and a possession receiver like A.J. Brown that can, get things done when you need it done, right?
Yes.
Plus, they still have someone you can blow off the top, right?
Ooh, that would be. Oh, God, yeah. They got Mr. Brown out there. Who is their tight end again? It's not Zach Ertz.
Tight end?
Oh, God, yes.
Zach Ertz? No. Yeah, Zach Ertz is with he went to Arizona and then he went to and then he went
Washington.
with your mom.
No, he's in Washington.
But definitely tell your mom.
I'd be rich if he was with my mom.
No, tell your stepmom I said hi.
Yeah.
The one that's here.
The live one?
Likes me, yeah. Your live mom likes me. I didn't get to meet your mom that's not here, unfortunately. I wish I had, though.
Eric.
What the heck? Where's the count?
Anyway, sorry.
So, what do you think?
I think the Eagles are about to win if they just. You have to beat Spags. It's just that simple. On offense, you have to beat Spags. I will say that I think that the Chiefs have had a hard time dealing with the middle of the field, and I think that that's where people like Goddard and people like what's that other tight end's name for the Eagles? I can't think of his name now, but they have really two decent tight ends. I heard somebody say the other day they should really move A.J. Brown into the slot and force somebody to cover him over the middle.
I don't like that, though. A.J. seems a little big for the slot. I like small guys in the slot.
Yeah.
Like small, quick guys.
Yeah.
You want your big guy out on your eggs. And I feel like AJ's the big guy. I would put Devontae in the slot. I do if they don't already have him in the slot.
Right. But yeah, I think you could put AJ in the slot and force, a safety to have to cover him over the middle, which could open up things underneath and things of that nature.
Hey, that could be a nice matchup, though. AJ Brown against a safety. Would that be the strong safety covering him or the free? Because the strong usually covers the tight end.
It's just the defense. It just matters what defense is called. That's all. So, it just depends. Like I've played strong safety, and I've had to cover a slot receiver. I've had to cover the tight end. I've had to cover the running back out of the backfield. It literally depends on what defense is called, right? And then of course, why would you
put Devonta Smith in there?
Well, Devontae Smith for me blows the top off.
He's got.
Can.
But that's where you want all that underneath that speed's gonna hit nice. But I get what you mean. He could blow the top off the defense. That is nice.
Yeah.
But blow the top off the defense from the slot.
Yeah.
I feel like AJ's a big guy. I'd keep him out at the X.
He's extremely big.
To go get that high point ball. Some straight Calvin
You also got Dallas Goedert for your crossing.
Big body tight end, able to run routes and able to run those able to run those little rub routes right up along the what do we call the rub routes off the hash, able to bounce off of you really dude, I've played in positions where just for fun, pickup games and stuff, where I've literally just made a beeline right at the middle linebacker, and right before I'm gonna run right into his dumb ass, I just and go a different direction and cut off of him, and then I get open. And I'll tell the quarterback, I'm going to run right at that fucking linebacker. When I break outside, just throw the ball where he can't get it, and I'm going to be wide open because this motherfucker can't run with me. You see what I'm saying? And so tight ends do that a lot of the times. They're like, look, this fucking linebacker can't cover me. Look, this fucking safety can't out-jump me or can't body me, A lot of the times I used to tell guys, they would always – I hate playing pickup football because everybody just tries to blow the top off and run down the field. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck do you think you are? Tyreek fucking Hill? No. Hit the brakes, make a cut, give me an open body in between you and the defender, right? So that's where big body guys like A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert I think are going to be quintessential. But I think everything evolves off of Saquon Barkley. 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns. He literally ran you into the motherfucking Super Bowl game.
And
Saquon Barkley is the key to the Super Bowl.
He reversed hurdled you into the Super Bowl.
Saquon could be used to the.
You don't have that.
Yep.
So, how do we think the favorite people can enter? How do you think the Chiefs can win offensively? Let's keep on the offense side and just go to the other side now.
It's DeAndre Hopkins, so we don't got to get him a Mahomes jersey.
There have been several receivers who have left their team and went to another team and won a ring. Why not D-Hop, right?
D-Hop's the reason they'll want the Chiefs to win, for sure. D-Hop is...
D-Hop dad left, when he passed away, left him a mink coat.
Yeah, he's going to say he's going to wear that.
No, he wrote in a letter, said, wear this to your Super Bowl or the wedding. Or to your wedding. He's getting married this spring. So it looks like he might actually, if he wins, he might get to wear
it to both.
Yeah, you might get to wear it to both, right? I think his dad said wear it to one or the other. So he's like, sorry, babe, but I think you got to wear it to both, though. You got to wear it to both.
You wear it to both. Whether win or lose that Super Bowl, you wear it to both. Your dad gave you that mean coat.
Honestly, yeah, you wear it to both. You definitely wear it to both.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So keys to the offense or the defense for the Eagles to win this game. I got a laundry list, but I think it just all starts around Jalen Carter and getting after Patrick Mahomes. You have to get Patrick Mahomes. Everything you do, every breath I take. No, seriously though, everything you do surrounds Patrick Mahomes. Every move you make surrounds Patrick Mahomes. Every time you're going to do anything on defense, it has to be, where's Patrick Mahomes? Where's he going to go? What is he going to do? And so I think Jalen Carter on that D-line really has to get after Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he did a great job in the NFC Championship game, guys, no doubt about it. He made Jared Goff's life, or not Jared Goff, sitting here blanking here.
Offense Rookie of the Year.
Jaden. Thank you. I'm literally blanking. But anyway, Jaden Daniels, he made Jaden Daniels' life miserable to a degree, right? And even then, I mean, that was a rough one I felt bad for the Commanders fans. I really did. I felt bad. I was like, this is not fun for you. It's not fun. At least the Chiefs-Bills game was like fun to the end, right? As they tend to be. And then somehow a second team All-Pro wins MVP. Never happened in the MVP award.
There's a very interesting thing that I just realized could happen. Carson Wentz is Patrick Mahomes' backup, right? So if Patrick Mahomes, say, got hurt in the Super Bowl and Carson Wentz came in and played on the Chiefs against his former team and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, that would be very interesting. I'm not making. I'm just. He does play for him. I'm saying if that happens, that could happen. It's not a conspiracy theory. It could happen.
Wasn't the game against the Eagles when he literally hobbled down the field and won the game?
He didn't play. He didn't even play. It was Nick Foles who won that Super Bowl for them.
No. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes against the Eagles. Wasn't that the game where he hurt his ankle and hobbled down on a run?
Yes.
I really thought he was going to lose that one. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And he almost did.
Yeah, they almost did, yeah. But if he gets hurt this time, Carson Wentz can take over and play for the play as a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs to beat his former team in the Super Bowl. I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at it right now.
I think you have a revenge game versus a revenge game versus history, and really, it's one of those things where what's gonna happen tomorrow? Or, I mean Sunday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's going to happen Sunday though? Is it going to be a revenge game? Is it going to be a revenge tour, or is it going to be history? No one's ever even gotten.
Either way,
this.
it's a history.
It's already history because no two-time Super Bowl champion has ever made it back to the Super Bowl for the third time. The closest anyone ever got was the Dallas Cowboys, and they lost to the 49ers in the NFC Championship after they had won the previous two Super Bowls. That was the closest anyone had ever gotten before. It's not easy. Being cheesy, man.
Definitely not easy. Wow.
Which season would that have been? Like 93, 94?
Yeah. The 92, 93 season for the Super Bowls of the Cowboys, and then in the 94 season, which was played the Super Bowl played in 95.
So I kind of get what you mean by it didn't matter who came through, Steelers or Chargers, and it didn't matter who came through, Niners or Cowboys, but somebody in the AFC side was getting stomped in that Super Bowl, right?
The AFC team is not going to win that Super Bowl. There was a few while there where the AFC hadn't won a Super Bowl for like 6 years straight, 7 years straight. It was pretty bad. I mean, right now the NFC is only got
who has more Super Bowls?
Who has more Super Bowls?
Yeah, which conference?
Oh, there you go, Statman. Go figure that.
Let's make that the trivia today. Who do y'all think? Who
has more Super Bowl champions?
Knows it.
Do I? I do know it. How do I know it?
I'm pretty sure you know it. Super Bowl champions. We had a whole discussion about Super Bowls not too long ago, and the champions of the time.
He's saying
which conference has more
Super Bowl wins, the AFC or the NFC?
Okay, yeah, but you know the AFC and NFC, so it doesn't really much matter.
So the problem is that for like 20 years,
we'll go back 60 years.
In the 90s, the NFC dominated NFL, and then the 2000s and the last 20 years, it's really been an AFC domination, right? And so you have to split hairs by going back to the 70s, I think, right? 70s was really AFC dominated between the Cowboys had their little fun there, but the Steelers and the Raiders actually dominated the 70s and the early 80s. You know what? I'm going to go with the AFC actually. Despite the fact that it should be the NFC, they're the conference that's based off of the original NFL teams. And so I'm going to say it should be them. I just don't, but it should be them, but I think it's the AFC actually. That's what I'm going to go with. What do you think, buddy?
I'm thinking, well, let's see, because I'm trying to remember like the big winners and shit that we all remember, like the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Patriots.
The Super Bowl hasn't counted
Niners
forward. Otherwise, I'd say it'd be the AFC by a landslide, but only because the Browns moved to the AFC and they take a lot of wins with them pre-Super Bowl era. They take a lot of championships. But also the Lions had a few, and the Cardinals had a few too. Championships, but not Super Bowls. The NFC would easily be the Super Bowl or the championship caliber conference over time because they're just. But when you look at both teams for a championship for the Super Bowl, no, I actually think it may actually be the AFC.
So we're making this the trivia question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm going to say it's the NFC. But you know what the answer is? Statman. You should have the answer by now.
Well, it was getting debatable because I was getting multiple answers from multiple sources, but I think...
Right?
Yeah, this is bad. If we're getting multiple answers from...
I'm not getting multiple answers because I use AI. As of 2024, the AFC have won 29 Super Bowls.
Okay, so that's where I was getting. That's where I was getting.
Hold on, wait. What is the Western Conference?
The Western Conference? There's no such thing. That's like
it's too extreme
in hockey.
No, there is a Western Conference.
Because they won 2 Super Bowls. Otherwise, it'd be tied. Because it'd be tied.
You know what? I think I know what it might be. It might have been Western Conference and Eastern Conference, and the Western Packers won the first 2 Super Bowls, and then they switched to the AFC, NFC, in the third Super Bowl after, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
historically
it might be right.
The AFC has a 2.
And I know
Super
for a
Bowl
fact
lead in the
that
Super Bowl era.
Green Bay would have been in the Western Conference back then. They're more Western. They're Midwest.
All right. Well, boys, it's time for the Chiefs' keys to the game. And by the way, Baby J said AFC. He said back in the 60s, the Chiefs were a dominant team. Yeah, I think they won one and lost one Super Bowl back in the 60s in the beginning Super Bowl era, right? So they've definitely been a team that has been around for a long time. They've definitely been a team. They're literally, their owner literally owns the name. His name is on the AFC Championship trophy. It's known as the Lamar Hunt Trophy, for God's sakes. The Chiefs have been were an early dominant team. And apparently, as of lately, the late dominant team. Hey! Guys, let's go to the keys of the game for the Chiefs. Let's start with the Chiefs defense. What is the Chiefs defense, keys to their defense?
Well, they need to contain Saquon to start with. If you take away the run, you're going to force him to be one-dimensional. That's the first thing you got to do.
I think it starts with doing what only a couple people have been able to do for a couple of games all year, and that's stop Saquon Barkley in the Philadelphia Eagles run game. If Saquon Barkley's picking up 5 to 7 yards a carry, they're not even seeing third downs. If Saquon's picking up 3 to 4 yards a carry, they're not seeing fourth down. They're not punting. You see what I'm saying? So I think that Spags has to find a way to stop Saquon Barkley without putting 8 or 9 guys in the box. Because if you put 8 or 9 guys in the box, you are in man-to-man coverage. And if anyone releases and they're not covered, they're popping free. So the reality is how do you, Spags, stop what's been the greatest running back this season and in a while since probably Peterson, right? He's probably the greatest running back since Peterson went for 2K, right? So honestly, how do you stop the greatest running back? How do you do that without stacking the box where you were only putting 5 in the box? Like you
wasn't that about 10, 12 years ago when he did that?
Or 5 or 6, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wasn't that about 10, 12 years ago when Adrian Peterson did that?
It was a while back, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 10, 12 years ago.
He did it. I want to say he did it after the knee injury too, or something like that.
Like 2012, I want to say, 2013.
Like that's what made him like he was a machine because I think he did 2,000 yards after his knee surgery, and that was just insane. Like, do you remember the year he came back after that surgery? Bro was just like he might have been better. Yeah, we might have been better. Like, how do you do that? But anyway, oh, I don't want music. Stop it. Don't play the music. Just play the last music at the end before we leave. Thank you. No, I think that that's a huge key to the game. Is really, I think that if you force the Eagles to pass, you have a chance. If the Eagles don't have to, if Jalen Hurts has like 20, 25 attempts, you're going to lose this game. Do you understand why I'm saying that, right? Because you're not forcing enough passing attempts because you're not forcing passing downs. So you have to find a way to stop Saquon Barkley. That is the end of it. Spags, you have found a way to stop everybody every time. And don't get it twisted. The Eagles had a really, really, really good run game when they lost that Super Bowl, by the way, to the Chiefs a couple years back. Trust me, they had a really good run game. It just wasn't Saquon good, but it was damn good. And also I think it was a 1-2 punch if I remember right. So what I'm saying, guys, is that how does Spags stop the run game without pulling an extra guy down into the box and putting 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, or putting 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers and a safety in the box, 7 guys, and only having four as a shell, or even 8, having to put 8 guys in the box. You really want to put 8 guys on the box on pretty much, this motherfucker's running, right? But still, how does Spags solve the Saquon Barkley problem that's been a problem for everybody this year? Like I said, 2,000 yards, 20 plus touchdowns, guys. Do the math.
But it's not just running. That boy can catch.
I didn't even say anything about his receiving touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying, because we're all talking about we got to stop him from running, but then I was just like, wait a minute, he ain't got to run. He can be like 10 yards, not even 10 yards away, 10 yards to the right or the left of the hash, catch the ball, and he's gone for like 40, 50 yards sometimes. It's like, how do you stop that?
And those blow off the top runs, like how he came out and on his first run for like 60, 80 yards last week, or you cannot have that happen as the Chiefs, because if he's doing that, then you're not going to be putting them into passing downs. It's just, look, the game, for all of its infinite complexity, is actually fairly simple. Okay. Now, It can get complex how you do something, don't get me wrong, but it's very simple in the base concept of how you stop a team. This team runs the ball well, and that allows their quarterback and their passing game, their quarterback run game and their passing game to be legit, right? So, okay,
time, yeah.
run. Now, like I said, how you do that may be infinitely complicated, but that is the basic, very simple version of what you need to do. You got to stop the run. And I also, like I said, I'm very concerned about that middle pass coverage where they have been a little bit more softer between the hash marks, you know what I mean? And that's where you're going to find that receiver floating, crossers coming across late, and tight ends doing, dig, hooks, and also even blow off the top routes, right? And so I think that those are the two biggest concerns for the Chiefs. I mean, I think they're up there with how do you stop Patrick Mahomes, right? How do you contain DeAndre Hopkins, and Worthy's become insane. And on the offensive side of the ball, actually, I think that the Chiefs should do exactly what the Chiefs should do. But you're going to be going up against the best offensive line in the league and on Philly's O-line and this teams, and you're going to be going up against the best defensive line in the league. I don't think that – listen, people are saying that Philly is going to blow the Chiefs out. I don't buy that part. But what I will tell you is that if you think – the Chiefs have a better chance or an easier chance than the Eagles, I think that you're not paying attention to what's been going on in those rosters the right way. The Chiefs keep finding ways to win. The Eagles have been dominant against people, guys.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, will Andrew Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Spags, and Chris Jones finally meet their match this week? Finally meet their match on Sunday? That's my question.
I honestly think they do. I honestly think they do. But then again, it's hard to pick against Mahomes when that man has constantly showed us
that it's a
you can bet
mistake.
against me all you want.
I even picked the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I think. No. I think I sold out for him. No. It was the next year. I needed him to lose that Super Bowl because we had bet against him and he made it to the Super Bowl and he won it. And then it was the next year we were like, nope, I'm all in. Fuck it. I eat my words. You are the man. If I'm wrong, fuck it. This year, I said I can't go with him for the Super Bowl because it's just too hard to get back to a third one, let alone win it. I don't know where I stand yet, but I will tell you that we're about to find out because it is time to pick our picks.
Well,
it's on the road, boys. A lot of fun picking and a lot of fun trying to figure it all out. Last week 2 weeks ago, I really wanted it to be, the Eagles. I really wanted Jaden to just do something miraculous, but it was just. I think the problem was it wasn't his offense so much. It was just, the defense was good on the Eagles, and with the defense being good, it just became too tall of a task when the Commanders' defense wasn't up for the job. Right? That's what it felt like.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like they knew. They knew before the half.
The Chiefs, and it was a blowout. The Chiefs, by the way, trailed most of that game. I don't think everybody remembers that part. You know what I mean? I really don't. I at times feel like people forget the part of the Chiefs almost we're trailing through that game and really just huge stop.
Chiefs have trailed in every single one of their Super Bowls, I'm pretty sure. They're all comebacks.
You're not wrong, actually.
Yeah, they came back on the 49ers. They came back on the Eagles. Came back on the 49ers again. Because they
didn't come back on?
Last year, I remember that. And I do think the Eagles got the first punch, like you were saying.
Yeah, the Chiefs got – it was a back and forth that entire game. It was the last – who had the ball last is really what happened.
Eagles did the first
there was a offensive hold – or no, a defensive hold that wasn't called on the Chiefs that likely would have put the Eagles at first and goal. You know what I mean? To win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So to be fair, the Eagles are very bitter about this one. And honestly, if it wasn't for their fans, it wouldn't be hard to like them. Just the year they put together is phenomenal. It wouldn't be so hard to like them if they're fans. I mean, I don't want to be told to go fuck myself by a 10-year-old, okay? I'm sorry.
You obviously haven't met any Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Do you guys got any insight on these keys to the game? Anything you want to bring to the table before we pick?
I think we laid it all on the line earlier.
Basically,
I have
is to be able to be lazy later. Like I'm making chili.
Everything we could now. See, that's
Chili.
that's good.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm actually. I don't think I'm gonna have any guests this year because we're in the middle of, the relocation and refiguring out the studio situation. There's a lot going on in
Yes.
everyone's lives around here at the station, and we're coming up on our
Business
contract.
crazy.
We're coming up on our contract renewal. It's like literally, I think it's next week actually. I think it's late next week or early the week after is our contract renewal. So there's a lot at the station with Podbean. So there's a lot going on, and plus everything's getting moved around. Like I said, there's a lot, and so it's been really busy. But I'm just super excited to be able to sit down with my boys and talk a little smack here and figure some stuff out. So it's time to figure out what jersey we're going to be getting, guys, because every year we get the MVP Super Bowl MVP's jersey. So I'd like your guys' opinion on from each side. Who do you think that is? I'm easy. Mahomes, and I think Barkley, actually. I think Barkley, because if Barkley doesn't win the MVP, I don't know if the Eagles win the game. Do you understand?
No, I totally figure 'cause that's my exact same pick. Like seriously,
Of
it's
course, Mahomes.
Saquon Barkley we trust,
And
and
in Chief
Mahomes is the man.
and in Chief Mahomes, the tribe must follow.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that where Chief Mahomes go, the tribe follows. So if he does well, they do well on offense, and then the defense just got to stop Saquon. And if you do that, MVP is Mahomes. I just don't, unless like Chris Jones comes out and gets like 6 sacks, it's going to be Mahomes. Now, on the flip side of that coin, if someone has 2 picks, 2 interceptions, right, they will be eligible for a MVP because I have watched before people get 2 interceptions. Shout out to Larry Brown from the Dallas Cowboys, who was never really that big of a player, and he played across from Dion, so everybody forgot who he was. But because Dion was across from him, homie got 2 picks in that Super Bowl against the who was that 96 Super Bowl? Steelers. Larry Brown picked Neil O'Donnell 2 times. Done. And it's because they thought they could pick on him because Dion was on the other side, remember?
Yes. Because you never throw to Dion. So it's like you throw to the other guy.
And the other guy was ready. He was like, Dion probably told him, like, listen, dog, today you going to eat because they can't be that stupid to throw to me.
Right.
All right, boys. Well,
they're not going to slow my shine.
Who's your 2
As Dion was
the Super Bowl, Eagles and Chiefs by winner?
Saquon Barkley. Probably Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going against
Mahomes.
Patty on the Chiefs. It's like, who else then? I guess if like Worthy goes back there to return kicks and he returns one and then gets 2 tutties, I could see him then getting it because there was a touchdown return by Desmond Howard when he was with the Packers. Remember? And he ended up winning Super Bowl MVP because not only did he do that, but he did other great things in the game. But especially what was kind of the icing on the cake for him was no one had ever taken a kickoff back for a kickoff or a punt. I think it was back for a tutty at the time. And so that was
Didn't he hit the Heisman after he did that too?
And he won more.
He already won the Heisman, but after he made that pick, when he made the touchdown, he hit the Heisman, if I'm not mistaken, in the end zone again.
I have to watch the highlight. I don't remember.
I'll have to because that'd be awesome if he did. Maybe that's just in my head. Sorry.
Damn it. Make sure I understand this right. Everybody is going with Patrick and Saquon for MVPs, right? Do I understand this correctly?
Yeah. You understand that totally correctly.
Now watch it be someone completely different no matter what. But anyway. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. It's time to pick our winners for the games tomorrow. I mean, let's do this, man. I can't believe I forgot my weed today. Like I really didn't bring my weed to the studio. I'm so mad. At the house. So stupid. But anyway, yeah. Let's base this in irony and fact a little bit here, okay, boys? So check it out. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles for 2 reasons. Because I think revenge is more fueling than history. So I'm taking the Eagles. Close game. Patrick has a chance to win it, or the defense has a chance to end it one way or the other. But I just think that you're taking on the top running game and the top defense, and that is a recipe for a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, it really is. It's a recipe for a Super Bowl. Huge defense advantage, Eagles.
Huge run game advantage for the Eagles. Can the Chiefs even match getting Hunt and Pacheco going? Maybe, but maybe not. And Pacheco has kind of been since he came back from that injury. And Hunt, while he's ran over motherfuckers and got first downs, he in that game against the Bills, they really handled that run game with a lesser defense than the Eagles had. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Picking the Eagles by somewhere between 3 to 7 points, because I do think it is a field goal, like in that 7 and under. I think it's a touchdown and under that decides this game. I just Super Bowls are too hard to blow out. I don't even know how the one with the Chiefs was just a shocker when it happened, right? The Tom Brady one brought that one back. That was still a shocker. It wasn't a shocker. We knew that O line was sus, and that D line on the Bucs was nasty. Stop, bro! 3 points, bro. Come on, 3 points at the Chiefs. You can't tell me that didn't shock you the least bit. You're an asshole for it if you don't. You know your team
right.
is.
I expect him to get no points.
You fucking bitch! I hate you. This is why I don't even want to do a show with you. But here we are. We're stuck together until we die.
You're a damn liar. You know you want to do a show with me because you love me.
Yeah,
like a brother.
We can all be remote, and so everybody can stay together, even though we're all going to be literally in 3 different towns after this week, and so that's stinky. But I digress. Life is good. Come up and visit. You know, we'll do a when E's in town, we'll do a special meetup and smoke sesh show, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, other than that, my brothers, I like the Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles with 7 or under points. Let's go to E. Who do you like?
Eagles. But wait, I'm surprised by your pick. You've been all over them Chiefs.
And I want him to win. But I also have...
he's picking the Eagles.
No, actually, I'm not like you. You do that stupid stuff.
But whatever.
It's to sweep the board.
Bullshit. You just said last year we picked against
I did pick
him,
the Eagles.
and then he won.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm going with the Eagles because history does not favor history in this sense, right? Like no one's ever won 3, so history doesn't favor history, and revenge is a very, very intoxicating.
I'm picking the Eagles for a little bit different reasons. I think the Chiefs ain't met a guy like Saquon yet.
I mean,
they did not play, so they have not met this Saquon Eagles.
And I will say,
I'm excited.
In the first half of that Bills game, Cook was actually having his way with the run game. I don't even know why the Bills got
James
away.
Cook is doing all that.
Think about this, guys. The Bills got away from that run game in the second half a little bit, and I think they really shot themselves in the foot because they were too scared to let Patrick get another tutty or something. You know what I mean? And the truth is, when they tried to run the game to run the clock, no one fell for that shit. And so then, of course, Cook gets shut down.
Sometimes you got to play call
Baby J out in Mass. He's been with the team. He's part of the fantasy football league. He's taking the Eagles. You're taking the Schmeagles. What's your point spread though? And Baby J, if you're still with us, what's your point spread?
We're picking the score.
Yeah, I'm saying the Eagles win this within 7 points though. It's a 7-point less game.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1-score game. The Chiefs don't get blown out. That's just how it is.
If they do, I'd be shocked.
So Eagles will win by 1 score.
I'll say
Eagles win by 5. We'll say it's a weird score.
Okay.
5. What do you call those? What do they call those when it's a score that's not supposed to happen?
Just call it 5 and under. And let's go over here to podcast P. Who you riding with?
Of course, Eagles by 10.
Eagles by 10. Oh, so you think it's going to get 10. To a game? Okay.
Oh,
I think
it's going to get nasty.
I think if you have balls, you're like, oh, it's going to be a 3-score game or a 4-score game. If you have balls, because if you think about it, like 75% of all NFL games are 2-score games or less. 75%. Yeah. They're not actually as bad as people think. It's just when we constantly harp on somebody getting the shit beat out of them, it doesn't help that cause. Because we're harping on the 25% and not really realizing that we had 75% of our games were actually, 2-score or less games. And a lot of those aren't like, 14-point games. They're usually 10, 11-point games. Let's be honest. They're not the big 2-score. They're the mini 2-score, I call it, where you can still win that. So guys, so you saying Eagles by 10, honestly, maybe we jinx the Eagles into another Super Bowl loss. Maybe we
don't you ever.
Baby J, by the way, for the fans out there that are going to catch this after the show aired live, Baby J said 7 points out in Massachusetts. He's going to ride with Trey. He's going to ride with Big Treasy over here on the 7-point, and he's going with the Eagles too. Yeah, guys, I honestly, I really
So last year, I'm not going to lie to you. I was not worried for the Chiefs last year. Can I just say that? I know it was a good game, but I wasn't worried for them. Okay. Let's go back 2 years. I wasn't worried for them against the Eagles, but I thought the Eagles actually had put together a roster that could beat them, right? But I wasn't worried.
Damn good team that year.
Damn good team. I think they went on like a 10, 11 game win streak that year. Wasn't that the year they went on the 10 or something like that? They won one, lost one, and then they won like 10 straight or something crazy. No, because they were under 7 or 8 games to begin with. They had a hell of a year. That's the bottom line is we're just screaming the same thing. They had a hell of a year. I just think that the Eagles went out and they got the one thing that changes everything, and that's a back that can average 5 yards a carry. But I will tell you that the Ravens did the same thing, though, guys. The Ravens did the same thing and couldn't even get past the Bills, right? And when we talk about the caliber of teams in the AFC versus the NFC, the AFC clearly has about a 2-team caliber advantage right in there, right? That means there are 2 teams in the AFC that would easily beat the shit out of at least 2 teams in the NFC that would. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, listen, there are 8 teams there are 16 teams in each side, right? And I'm telling you, AFC, there are like 10 really good teams every year. And then in the NFC, there are like 6 good teams right now every year, right? It's a disparity, if you ask me.
Oh, definitely.
There's definitely a talent. There's a here it is. There's a quarterback like level disparity between the NFC and the NFC. The NFC has great quarterbacks, don't get me wrong. But when you talk about like 3 or 4 of the most elite quarterbacks in the NFL, you don't leave the AFC at all first. You literally fucking don't. It's bad. Okay? But I will say, he just said, fundamental sound lineman Philly. Baby J just said that. And you know what? That's where games are really won. They're won in the trenches. Who can get a push up front, for like a run play, right? Or who can get a push, push those linemen back and sort of make that run play, have to make decisions in the backfield as opposed to downhill, right? Philly's line does hold the advantage on both sides of the ball.
Oh, yeah. Plus their quarterback can squat like 900 pounds or some shit.
And Philly is basically 1st and 9 every time they get a first down anyway. Yes, I agree. Boys, it has been an absolute pleasure here. I've got stuff to do. I've got to get back to the house, too. I got grandkids coming over. It's always an adventure. But anyway, love, peace, and chicken grease, guys. It has been fun. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we have to eat our words. Patrick, make us look bad then.
Don't do that.
Earl Jalen, get revenge. No, Patrick, get revenge.
I need that Saquon jersey.
It's a history of revenge. That's why we have the epic music played. And the epic voice being used. History, revenge, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, the Titans of the league. Or one Titan, one tiny Titan, whatever.
Hey, what's going on? It's the Hungry Hustling American Dream Afro Man. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Salty guys.